What's up, y'all? Forward Favor, man. We are back with a video. Now we're doing a reaction to how an Air Canada flight attendant survived a New York airport crash. So, a flight attendant on the Air Canada plane that collided with the ground vehicle is lucky to be alive. Accident at New York's LaGuardia Airport killed the pilot and co-pilot and injured dozens of people, man. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let's go ahead and hop into the video. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section below.
How did she survive? The flight attendant, thrown 300 feet from the Air Canada plane, is confounding everyone today. Solange Tremblay was catapulted onto the tarmac. She was found still strapped in the jump seat, her only injury a fractured leg. Her daughter today calling her survival a complete miracle. The flight attendant was sitting here, just behind the pilots, in the jump seat. And that seat, aviation experts say, is likely what saved her life. Here's Victoria Ricano.
The jump seat is where the flight attendant sits, facing the passengers.
That's wild. Before Victoria gets into it, that's wild. Every time I'm on a plane and I see the flight attendant take this seat, I'm like, that's got to be the weakest, most unstable seat you've seen in the history of all planes. Well, hey, hopefully when we land, you'll be safe, baby. It just doesn't seem secure. You know what I mean? But hey, let's let her get through this rundown.
It has a 4-point shoulder harness, so you're locked in. But this is no ordinary seat. It's designed so the flight attendant has the best possible chance of survival in the event of a crash, so they can help passengers escape.
You've got
Huh? Well, we're not completely wrong.
two torso straps hooking into a centered buckle that goes around the lap belt. And that's going to significantly restrict the body from moving and to counter any forces that may happen during an accident. And that really protects the flight attendant.
Meanwhile, long lines continue to plague airports across the nation. Even the NTSB investigators were impacted by the long lines as they rushed here to the LaGuardia Airport crash site.
Our air traffic control specialist, who was in line with TSA for 3 hours until we called in Houston to beg to see if we can get her through so we can get her here.
At a briefing today, the NTSB said there were only 2 air traffic controllers on duty in the control tower at LaGuardia when the collision happened.
I would caution pointing fingers at controllers. We rarely, if ever, investigate a major accident where it was one failure. So when something goes wrong, that means many things went wrong.
What's interesting is I would think that I'm curious to know what kind of seats or like the seat belting the pilots have, because I would assume that they'd have something similar like they just displayed as the similar to the flight attendants, right? It may not make sense, but my thought process goes to the fact of, if let's say the plane crashes, right, and let's say we're in a certain area or on a certain island or a location that's off the grid, right? I'm already just thinking ahead in the sense that you'd want the pilot to be secure in any event of a crash or a freak kind of landing in case he would need to repilot the plane, right? Like, you want somebody, of course you got the co-pilot, yada yada, you want somebody to be able to fly a plane no matter what circumstance. Of course, the common sense things that if a plane's crashing, that plane probably wouldn't be able to fly again. But still, you don't know any situation. You don't know if it'd be like a castaway situation, we're stranded on an island. Maybe we got to get all these external parts and piece the plane back together in hopes that it could fly again. Who's gonna fly it? You need the pilot. You know what I mean? I know that was very far-fetched, but that's where I'm coming from when I start thinking in this kind of dynamic. But hey, comment down below, man. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this in the comment section below. I caught wind of this story like a day ago or so, and I don't know, for some reason when I first saw the imagery, because I think I saw the images before I actually read the title of the article, or, you know, whatever entry that I saw this, whatever website I saw this from. And for some reason, randomly, you know, I was thinking it was that flight in Malaysia. Y'all remember that story about the flight in Malaysia or something like that? That the airplane that disappeared, went missing. For some reason, randomly, I'm like, uh-oh, they found a plane. I don't know why I thought like that. And obviously, that plane is long gone. They still haven't found it. What, dang? Comment down below, man. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this. Peace, love, prosperity. God bless. We'll see y'all in the next video.